Good morning, welcome to Full Circle Ozarks.
Hello, Full Circle Ozarks family. Glad you're tuning in today. The last video, we was burning some big brush piles, and it got late, so I didn't get a chance to show you what we got done. So that's been a few days ago. So we're going to walk down here at the brush pile, and I'll show you what we got done. I was actually surprised I was able to get as much done that I did. See, this is Thursday, and I was looking out the door this morning and looking down at the brush pile area, and I still saw smoke coming out. So we still have a hot bed of coals in there, but so it's been about a week actually. But I was a little bit surprised that it was still smoking, because we got some heavy rain on this ash pile that's left down here. Had some pretty good winds too. But anyway, well, let me swing around here and show you what we got. You can see on this pile right here behind me now, that's what is left. And we'll give you a close-up here. This is still smoking in here. There's still a lot of heat coming off in there, but that's the remnants. If you'll notice right down here, that was a big area of brush. There's some loose limbs that just fell. You see those? So that was new. The good thing is that I was able to get all the brush that I had piled up all burnt. So I was definitely excited about that. Well, where does that leave us? We're kind of just in maintenance mode now for the property in terms of brush. But we have so many trees that they just keep dropping branches from time to time. So we're going to always have a burn pile there for a while, I would imagine. But I don't know what it's supposed to be doing in your area. Again, today is Thursday. In just a few days, we have another blast of Arctic air coming in. And depending on which area I check the weather forecast on, a couple of them are saying we're going to get down to like a -6, and that's going to be pretty cold. So I think what I need to do is spend a little bit of time prepping for that kind of cold weather. If you have been following our channel for a while, you will know that when we first started clearing all of this, we had a bunch of black locusts all around the property. And for those that may not be aware, a black locust has humongous thorns. And I ended up getting several thorns in my tractor tires and had several flats. I was able to get all those fixed, but the downside to that, my rear tractor tires, when I bought the tractor, we had those loaded with beet juice, and that gives me a whole lot of extra ballast on the rear of the tractor. But when I started having some flats, we lost the beet juice. And so for the last 2 years, I just have been running water in the tires to give me some additional weight. And when it started getting cold, I would drain it. So this is the second year that I'm getting ready to drain the water. So I think we've got enough cleanup done now that I can probably, maybe sometime this spring, I won't have time to get it scheduled now before the cold weather gets here. But sometime this spring, I'm gonna go back to beet juice. And I think the trade name is actually Rim Guard, but that works really good to give you the extra weight on the rear of the tractor. So I think we're gonna walk up here at the shop, get it opened up, and we're gonna get the tractor out and see if we can't get the water drained out of the tractor. So let me get up here to the shop and I'll be right back with you. We're going to get started by taking the box blade off the back so I can get a jack under the rear of the tires more easily. So we'll back up here and disconnect the box blade. Looks like a pretty good spot. It's been cantankerous, so I'm going to have to put a couple of boards under the edge of it. That one and that one should just about do it. Just needs to tilt the box blade back just a little bit. Let's see if that works. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know if you can tell, it's just a little bit of a hill here, so when I tilted that back, I was able to get that off easily. Trying to figure out exactly where I want to put it, because I'm going to lose quite a bit of water. I want to leave room so I can get in and out of the shop. This is the spot, so we're going to get off and put a jack under it, get it jacked up a little bit, and we'll let some water out. What I like about this location here is close. I can have my air hose come out, air the tires back up, a little bit of water spray there and run down the hill. And I got plenty of room on the other side, so. Okay, we'll turn this up so the valve stem's at the top. We'll do this side here first. So let me grab a tool to open that up. Well, there you have it. As you can see, it's spraying the water out. So that'll take a little while. We'll let that spray, and then I'll put air back in this side here and go again. So I better get my tools out of the seat. The tractor, the cats like to jump on the tractor. And let me tell you a funny story. I put me some additional LED lights overhead on the rollover protection bar so I could work better at night. And I chose to wire those so I didn't have to have the key on. And I was looking for Bullet, our male cat, and sure enough, he'd got in the garage here. And I closed the door, so when I went to make sure he was okay that night, I was looking for him, couldn't find him. Came up here, and yeah, he was in the garage, and he climbed up on the tractor and just kind of looking around, and he got on the dash, and he turned the lights on. And so when I opened the door, I saw the light on. I said, wow, how did that get on? Then I looked and saw Bullet. Sure enough, he turned that light on. So I have to be careful, but at the same time, I just didn't want it wired into the ignition. So I may change that in the future, but anyway, let me get these tools picked up. We'll put that about the 6 o'clock position. So once it all drains out, I might have a little bit of residual water in the very bottom there, but there shouldn't be any around the valve core. So anyway, that's going to take a while. But I have decided, I think I'm either going to go back with the rim guard beet juice. Some have suggested that I use RV antifreeze. That works out pretty good too. It's not hardly as heavy. So I'll just be watching some sales and see if I can find some RV antifreeze at a reasonable price. If I can, that might be the best option to be able to go back and add some ballast to it. I do notice a difference when I don't have these tires filled with liquid. So it makes a big difference when I pick up a big log. So that's why if you'll notice almost every time I'm using the tractor, I have my box blade on it. Then I have a pretty good sized log across the back of the box blade to add me some additional weight. For those that are new to tractors and are considering buying one, it's what's important on a tractor for the amount of work it can do is typically the weight of the tractor. Some people like, I want a 30 horsepower, 35 horsepower, 40, 50, 60 horsepower tractor. You can do that, and there's nothing wrong with doing that if that's important to you. What was important to me was to have a tractor, and that's what the CK2610 HST is. It's a large frame tractor, and it weighs quite a bit in comparison to some of the other 25 horsepower tractors. But here's the thing, this exact tractor, you can get it in a 35 or 40 horsepower, but the actual weight is the same. For those that's familiar with the automobiles, you can get a pickup truck with a small 6-cylinder, or sometimes you can get them with a bigger V8, or you can get them with a big diesel. But the actual body and the weight of the truck is pretty much the same. Naturally, if you go with a great big gasoline engine, those are a little bit heavier. And the same thing on this tractor here. It's a 25 horsepower tractor, but I've got some pretty good weight on it. Then you add some ballast to the tires, and that helps a lot. But some will ask, is a 25 horsepower engine big enough? And I will just say this: when I'm using the bucket, I'm using the gravel there, I can spin all I can easily spin all 4 tires. So that's the key. Do you have enough power to do the work and to move a heavy load? And I can with the 25 horsepower. Maybe I could do it faster if I had a 35 or a 40 horse tractor, 50 horse. So anyway, that's something for you to think about. You have to figure out how you're going to use the tractor. What I was wanting to try and avoid, and I would urge you to do the same thing. You can go out and buy a much larger tractor, and depending on how many acres and what kind of work you're going to do with it, you may not get your money's worth out of a much larger tractor. Think about this. Let's say you went out and you bought a vehicle because you had a box that you wanted to transport, and this box weighed 100 pounds. Okay, so you could go out and buy you a pickup truck, and you could transport that box, let's say from Oklahoma to St. Louis, all Interstate 44. You could put that 100-pound box on there, and here you go. That truck would handle that box just fine. Now, some people could go out and they could buy an 18-wheeler. They could put that 100-pound box on the back of that 18-wheeler and go from Oklahoma to St. Louis. And they could get there probably just as fast. But the whole point that I'm making is a 100-pound box, you don't need a large 18-wheeler. You need to figure out how you're going to use your tractor and buy the tractor based on what you're going to be doing. And so anyway, that's just a comment that I have on buying tractors. Make sure you figure out how you want to use it. For mine, probably one of the things I would do different is I would have a cab on mine. And if you add a cab and all, a different, it might end up being a little bit bigger tractor. I don't know, but I'm having to learn this as I go. This is the first new tractor that I've ever bought, and it has served me well. So anyway, as I think about what we want to use a tractor for in the future, my needs are changing, my needs are advancing a little bit, and so that makes me think I might do something a little bit different at some point, but right now, this tractor still meets my needs. So, anyway, I'll quit rambling. Just wanted to throw that out to you, and this is still draining out, so we'll let this run, we'll get it aired up, and we'll be checking back in shortly. Well, I've got all the water drained on this side now. Got the air pressure checked on all 4 tires, so I think we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and take the jack down, and this project is going to be done, and I won't have to worry so much in the next couple of days when it drops down into the negative numbers, and don't have to worry about the water freezing up. But we'll end up putting rim guard, aka beet juice, in these tires a little bit later. Hello, Blue. How's my buddy? How's my buddy doing? How's my buddy doing, huh? How's my buddy doing? Yeah. Let me get the jack down. Well, now that I've got the tractor taken care of, I think I'm going to go back down to the brush pile, let you ride down there with me, and see what kind of coals I have under there. It's supposed to get about 50 degrees today, which is nice, but we're going to pay for it, I'm sure. let's see. The wind's blowing right in my face, so I'm going to change the directions. Should be able to kind of see there. What I'm wanting to do is kind of spread this out a little bit now. So I can get rid of the rest of the ashes. Lou, nobody. Lou, get out of there. Get out of there, buddy. Yeah, get your feet warm. Well folks, this is where we're going to end the video. As you can see, after uncovering that, you still see some smoking embers and all, and I just want to get that uncovered so that can finish burning out. And once that happens, then I'll go come back in here with the tractor and get this all leveled off. So folks, thanks again for watching our videos. Hope you enjoy this content. If you do, make sure you click that subscribe button. Again, we publish a new video every Thursday. So click that like button, subscribe, share it with a friend, and there's a notification bell. You can click on that and you'll get notifications every time we publish. So anyway, take care, God bless, and we'll see you again on the next Full Circle Ozarks.